What happened while we were away, brought to you by Tariff Day. After a significant rebound in markets yesterday morning, news that Trump was following through with a 104% tariff on China in response to their retaliatory tariffs. Markets sunk again, though this morning it seems to be stabilizing. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says,
"It's unfortunate that the Chinese actually don't want to come and negotiate because they are the worst offenders in the international trading system. They have the most imbalanced economy in the history of the modern world, and I can tell you that this escalation is a loser for them. That they have some very smart, the economists, the academicians, technocrats within their bureaucracy, and they would be telling the leadership that we do not have the edge here. They are the surplus country, that their exports to the U.S. are 5 times our exports to China. So they can raise their tariffs, but so what?
Last night, President Trump said,
"The same people now telling me about how to deal with China are the ones who sold out America for decades to China. For decades, they gave up to China. I'm the only one that you know how much China's paid? Almost $700 billion in tariffs under me. And then they say, Donald Trump hasn't been tough on China."
China has vowed to fight to the end. The Supreme Court yesterday said President Trump is allowed to make executive decisions like firing 16,000 probationary federal workers. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says it's time to get fluoride out of the water.
Evidence against fluoride is overwhelming. In animals, in animal models, and in human models, we know that it causes IQ loss. Profound IQ loss, and it's dose related. So the more fluoride you get, the higher levels in your drinking water, your urine, the more likely it is you lose IQ and also other neurological injuries like ADHD.
A new study from the Cleveland Clinic of more than 53,000 people found that not only was this year's flu vaccine ineffective, you are actually 27% more likely to get the flu if you took the vaccine. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says he's running for Senate.
Against John Cornyn, who apparently is running again for his 5th term, which would put him there 3 decades. It's definitely time for a change in Texas. We have another great U.S. Senator, Ted Cruz, and it's time we have another great senator that will actually stand up and fight for Republican values, fight for the values of the people of Texas, and also support Donald Trump, in the areas that he's focused on in a very significant way. And that's what I plan on doing.
And finally, what would it look like if a Disney Films executive ran their theme parks?
Yeah, I've been an executive at Disney feature films for a while, and they just actually... obviously, that business is completely tanking, so they, just sent me over here to the parks to try to make some changes, really make some improvements. Yeah, just with the Mickey ears, I think it's 2025. A lot of people have said those ears are kind of appropriating mouse culture, so, we've gotten rid of those. Yeah, Dumbo, Sleeping Beauty, we still have all the classics. Obviously, we can't have any new rides or attractions out here because we haven't had a movie that anyone would recognize in the last 10 years. But when we do, every time someone gets a photo with Tigger, now we just give them a little pamphlet about animal extinction. At 5 o'clock, we have the Mickey and Minnie greeting, which is obviously a favorite. And then at 5:30, we have the Mickey and Mickey, actually. And then at 6, we have Minnie and Minnie.
That's comedian John Christ, and that's what happened while we were away.